as we set up 40-minute heats, scored on their top two. Erin Brooks taking on Anat Lelior, locking in first. Anat Lelior from Israel, driving hard, staying wide open, and she starts off with a successful tube ride in the final with Erin Brooks. Brooks slowing things down, gets sucked back into the pit and gets blown out, and she will step out to the safety of the channel. What a way to kick off a final with these two goofy footers going blow for blow.
Oh, I love to see that. Two makes, two really cool tubes, a little bit different, both of those rides, but awesome to get completions. I feel like Anat has really taken notes straight away from her last heat, wanting to position deeper, really, and just an epic way to kick off the clash between these two. Erin on the bomb behind Anat, and you know, that one a little bit smoother on the face of the wave, but really meaty, really throaty, and just a really epic start to the women's final.
It's not every day that you see a rookie go all the way to a final, especially here in Tahiti. You think about Katie Simmers when she came on so young to the scene. She was able to win 2 events in her rookie season, Rio de Janeiro and Portugal. That's the last time a rookie was able to accomplish that. Erin Brooks has 1 win, but it was before she was on tour full-time, so that was a wild card victory, not in her rookie season. Last year, won Rookie of the Year honors. That's what Anat is going to be gunning for this year. And just a classy way to kick off the final. I feel like Anat has grown in her decision-making, even on the fly in her semifinal. Not trying to take too many unnecessary wipeouts. And Erin and Anat kick out on their feet. Let's now hear from Griffin Colapinto on the boat with Chris Cote.
Thanks, Team Griff. Just the other day when you got that near perfect heat, it was starting to feel like destiny that you'd be here on finals day. I know this was no easy path. To what do you owe this run to the finals?
Probably like last 2 events, honestly, because I lost first round in the last 2 events, and it just like kicked me into gear even more. You know, sometimes I've been kind of realizing is like, as weird as it sounds, I'm like motivated by the fear of failure, and so it's like when I have a couple bad losses, like it really pisses me off and really like makes me like lock in that much more and like do all those little 1%ers that much more. So but now it's like I'm learning, like, okay, like now that I realize how can I, you know, lock in even when like things are going good and I'm on top, and like keep that momentum and like stay on top of those things and just keep that going. And I think the awareness of that is a big part of it. So you're always learning.
You've already had some serious, incredible heats, some memorable moments. Now you're going to with one of your longest times friends. Tell me about what it's going to be like going up against Seth.
Oh, it's the dream. I was talking to Auntie Tammy, shout out Moniz family. I know you guys are watching right now. I've been talking to Auntie Tammy like the last couple of days, and I think once we made the quarters, we were like, oh, we're on the opposite sides of the draw. Like we could make the final together. And every time Seth would make the heat or I'd make my heat, we'd be like, oh, the dream's still alive. The dream's still alive. So like now that we did it, it's like holy moly, you know. So on top of the world as far as that goes, like Seth's like my second brother, you know, like brother from another mother. So yeah, lao.
Can't wait to see it, brother. Good luck in the final.
So good. Griffin Colapinto and Seth Moniz have been just like brothers since they're just little grommets running around, not just the North Shore of Oahu, but globally. They've been on trips together. They kind of know each other inside and out as just humans, and the way they surf. A lot of love there between Seth and Griff. This one's going to be special. We'll have some time to kind of think about his game plan and see how scrappy it gets at the start. I mean, they're brothers, right? They can go for it.
Oh, yeah, that's what we've seen in the past. The better you know someone, the harder you can go.
As we see Griff with his whole support crew, his road to the final has been just beyond impressive. Like you mentioned, truly been changed on what is possible on the foam ball if you believe it can happen. It's not just trying to run away from it and not touch it. It's actually enjoying the ride on it and even spinning directions, but believing that you can still remain in control. He's done that more than once. The best version of that was on his perfect 10-point ride You could worry about peaking too early, but it never felt that way with Griff, and he's done a great job just keeping his rhythm solid all the way through finals day. Well, Flick, we've got scores in. What a fun way to kick things off. The rookie did just a little bit better than Erin on their first keepers. They've got a 6.33 for Anat Lelior and a 5.67 for Erin Brooks.
This was good judging. I believe that's the way I saw it. Anat's wave, she really had to drive from behind. She was really racing to chase this tube. She got herself really positioned deep on the barrel. Erin, on the other hand, really good wave selection too, big wave, but she had to do the double arm drag, so really trying to maximise the time in the tube as opposed to chasing the tube. And just that little bit of difference between the score, I think, is spot on. I just do believe, though, that the best is yet to come from these ladies, so expect more big things. So let's break it down here. So this is Erin's 5.67. So you can see here the double arm drag, really trying to emphasise staying in the tube. So anytime the judges see that, they are thinking, okay, positioning could have been potentially deeper on the tube from the beginning. And then, sorry, here we have Anat. She's racing here, really coming from behind this section, had to chase the tube. Just demonstrates her positioning when she took off. She was probably in the more perfect position to really chase it. So good scores here, and Anat goes again.
Anat Lelior locks in, big drive, nice and deep, comes out with the spin. And you saw the first part of the spin coming out before her, showing how deep she was on that last one. I think we're just seeing her develop just so many reps. It's one thing to surf with the crowd out here with both tours, men and women. It's packed, along with local surfers. But then when you get priority and you get to go back and forth, we're seeing her rise every single heat with sharper decisions. Strider, what are you seeing here?
I'm seeing everything you're seeing, but I think there's one thing you can't see, and that is the emotion that Anat has in her face right now when she was paddling by. It was it almost looked like she was gonna break into tears, and she's just like realizing a dream as it's happening. You know, she said in her interview earlier post-heat that she had never dreamed of something like this, but right now she's living a dream, and I could see it in her face as she paddled by. You could see the eyes are welled up, and she's visibly emotional from the channel. So pretty incredible moment for that young lady.
It's so true, Strider. It's like, when you have these dreams, you don't want to wake up in the middle of the glory, because then you try to go back to sleep and you can't get there. Same situation now. You don't want to wake up in the dream too early before the final's over. You want to finish the job and then celebrate. Anat Lelior on the IC score update turns in an excellent number at 8.33.
It was only a matter of time today until she locked in excellence. She has been absolutely going for it. I think back to the quarterfinal matchup, some of the tubes she was packing, she couldn't quite find the exit. It's all connected now, right when she needs it the most. I mean, if you're going to save the best till last, this is it right here. We're seeing, Joe, you were speaking to the evolution of her surfing. With each heat that she surfed in, she's now surfed in, for this her fifth heat out here. Out at Chopes, just the reps are on the board, the comfortability level is going up with each heat. You can visibly see that she's making corrections. She's analysing everything with the coach, breaking it down with Kaya in the channel. You can see the progression every heat. This is just what time in the water out here does. And this is when, we talk to the best people in the world out here. All it is time spent doing it. And so just by the sheer fact of 5 heats out here now, you can really see that evolution in Anat surfing.
What a great final, off and running. Erin Brooks looking for her second championship tour win. Can hear all the scores come out from the tower. She's aware that Anat just went excellent on her. And we'll see what game plan she has. Erin Brooks absolutely charging from round 1 as well. Had to surf against Tia Zabrowski, who had the local contingent on her side. Then got past a world number 2 and one of the all-time greats in Carissa Moore. Then got past the reigning world champ Molly Picklum. Then her good friend Isabella Nichols. Just a mountain to climb to get to this final, which just makes sense because it is the championship tour. Anat Lelior with Sally Fitzgibbons. then really shut down world number 1, Gabriella Bryan. Had a fun heat with Kealia Galina, the 14-year-old wild card local. And then a good all-rookie class matchup, Yolanda Hopkins, Yo-Yo, really Sendy, had a lot of wipeouts in that one. On the opposite side, Anat saw a lot more clean lines. Saved some energy for this final.
This is so cool. I love to see this. I love seeing just this wave bring out the best in people and push themselves, past where they thought their limit was possible. I know Anat came here for the Olympics. She's put time in out here before, but we're visibly seeing it right in front of our eyes.
Stepping into this one and kind of just playing around a little bit as Erin Brooks, and then pulling in really deep. Just looked like she was just kind of striding a little bit, kind of sizing up her possibilities down the stretch, and end up finding herself in a real well-positioned tube. So a nice answer back from EB, and trying to break down a 9 that she needs to take the lead.
She has a really good read for picking those kind of waves. I feel like we've seen her take off on a lot of those similar type waves where she has an easier entry, and then she's kind of just playing with it. To your point, she's kind of just eyeing off this section. So many of her tubes she's eyed off, and it's really flexed on this inside ledge there, that more west sort of section that's come down in front of her. Really cool cruisy takeoff, and how nice to be able to just set this tube up down the line. This one, she does come from pretty deep. I mean, she enters here and has to really push to get through that section.
So many great goofy foots have come here and accomplished a lot. From Kate Scarrett, you think about Chelsea Hedges, Kayla Kennelly, 3-time champ, also winning big wave awards at this venue before the event disappeared for several years. Been fun cracking open the WSL vault and looking at all those great memories here at the end of the road. Scores coming through for Erin Brooks. She needs an 8.99. It'll come in at a 6.03, so she's improving. Now she needs an 8.63, not with the lead and control the final.
Yeah, so ever so slightly breaking down that score required, but yeah, Anat really, wow, what a way to come out firing. I feel like Anat's had some incredible moments. She's also taken some incredible beatings in the lead up to this. I think it was the quarterfinal. She took some heavy wipeouts. She was packing some big tubes. Erin, on the other hand, has had a lot of makes and a lot of really convincing wins, on her road to the final here. I feel like whereas Anat, it's sort of been the opposite story. She's had these makes and these great waves, but she really hasn't had that feeling of that excellent wave yet today. So yeah, it's sort of a different sort of story how it's played out. And then Anat, it almost feels like she's sort of saved this energy and this final sort of joust right for when it matters the most in the final. It's early days though, so I'm not saying that anyone's got this in the bag. There is no doubt about that, but it's just interesting when you watch, you rewind and look at the history of how today's played out.
Oh, great call, Flick. Great breakdown. As you saw, Kealia Galina, she's got a front row seat with all of her friends in the village here. As we'll lock in again with Anat Lelior. She is on fire. She'll explode out of that one. She's making a routine of picking the right wave every single time she gets up. I think her 6.33 is long gone.
Wowzers. Okay, that was incredible. She is getting better with every wave that she is literally riding out here today. Incredible wave selection, really impeccable. Look at this thing. It's got size, it's got grunt, it's got a really thick lip, and then she comes out with the spit. I mean, this is like one of the best feelings in the world, and I love to see the visible. I mean, Strider was commenting on the emotion before from her, and I mean, I love to see it. We can visibly see how stoked she is, how good waves like this make you feel when you come out with so much adrenaline. The blood is pumping through the body. How cool! How cool!
This is so good. Strider Wazalewski, Anat Lelior is still dreaming.
The dream continues to live on live in front of herself. I mean, she's making and living the dream of all dreams at the moment, and that wave was just perfect. Her ability to better herself as she's surfing through this has been incredible. To watch her do what she's doing. I mean, she has risen in her ability to ride these waves the entire event. And now it seems as though she's peaking and getting to that point where I believe she just went excellent again. I mean, it is just so wild to like watch this in live from the channel, to feel the emotion, to watch her, to see the emotion in her face, the stoke and the purity of being a surfer, and then coming to Tahiti and in your first event to make the finals, and right now to be winning. It's just incredible. The story is just a fairy tale story so far. So we'll see how it ends out. But at the moment, wow, I'm like welling up just talking about it. This is amazing.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Strider. We're all connected by this beautiful ocean, and Anat Lelior creating history by being the first to representing Tel Aviv and Israel on the championship tour, and pushing hard to just represent on this championship tour so hard. It's one thing to make it, but then to find success, that's just a whole nother deal. You can see what she's made of. Just built strong, ready to push herself over the ledge, doing such a good job. Now has an excellent heat in the final against a phenom named Erin Brooks. 8.33 and 8.0 as we saw the IC score update. This is her best heat of her season. And in the final, when she needs it the most, her other big total she had in round 2 is a 14.6 total she had in round 2, and she had Sora Lindblad in the water. But you're hoping you peak when it counts, and when you've got a feisty little Erin Brooks next to you, you need to bring it. Best total that she's ever had on tour right now in the final.
This is just talk about peaking at the perfect time. I think no one's silly, everyone's watching everyone during the events. Everyone knows who's the most informed surfers, who's posting big scores, who's making the most post shows, who's been those fan favorites. And there's no surprises. Erin has been, those Murphy Charger of the event contender. She's dropping these big numbers. So if you really want to put someone on the back foot, this is the perfect way to do it. You've got to be locking in excellent numbers. And Anat's not silly. She's going to be looking at herself and being like, okay, I'm going to need to position myself deep. I'm really going to have to bring it in this heat if I want to take down the phenom, which is Erin Brooks.
Speaking of Erin Brooks, Strider, what's your take on her? What's she been up to while Anat's been putting up some 8s?
Well, she's trying to just hold position, and that is just every time she gets back to the peak with Erin, Anat is completely just all over her. Like she's right next to her in the lineup. There's no room in there. I mean, it's just she's you can feel their energy, and she's paddling for the same waves. She just made Erin paddle for a wave, and she lost priority. That was right there. I mean, that's exactly what she was out there trying to do, and she did it. She just got priority back off of Erin, and that was exactly what I was just talking about. You didn't give her any room, made Erin feel it. Erin paddled for that wave because she kind of made herself look at it. She was like, I'm going to go if you're not going to go kind of thing, sold it to her, and then Erin missed it. So the heat IQ as well growing as her talent and her dream and everything else that she needs to do to complete this. And here comes a sick wave. Let's see what happens.
Thank you, Strider. Anat Lelior earning this priority with Erin making a move on that last wave. She'll lunge into the pit. It'll just be a quick up and down. Erin Brooks can be relieved there that mistake didn't cost her even more points. Anat Lelior's first wipeout of the final.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here. I was super surprised that Erin sort of took the bait when Anat tried to force the priority issue. You could see Erin just kind of shake her head to herself after that. And now, though, it's not really a mistake. You can kind of take a big sort of sigh of relief. Erin can position where she wants to go. So this is the first fall. This wave, I mean, look, it was a great wave. It stayed pretty open, but she was super deep. This one really stretched out. Ran really fast along the reef, and kind of a pretty tricky exit to try and find yourself out. Here goes Erin.
Erin Brooks loading up, big section, nice casual pump, way deep on that one. Brooks kicks out of her best so far.
You cannot count this phenom out. She is incredible for a reason. That wave was exactly what she needed to try and get herself back in this game, break that combination. That was impressive. You can tell she's fired up too with the little feet kicks on the way back out.
She is motoring quick. She knows just time is of the essence. She knows she could maybe pick one up underneath Anat Lelior's watch. Having spent a bit of time in this lineup, let's look at it.
It's so cool because it's the perfect time to get a wave like this. You want to give yourself the most opportunity. She's going to break this combo. I mean, there was solid wave. She was deep in the tube. She came out with the spit. I love her style. Her entry into the tube, just really graceful, really beautiful. She's, demonstrating so many different techniques there, from the double arm drag to stall to the double pump in the tube. That was just beautiful to watch. So many different techniques on display here. You can see Anat just sort of seeing Erin in the tube there. She's going to break the combo here. And it's exactly what she needed to do at the perfect time in the heat, because you start crunching down, right? She's in a combo up until this wave. Time crunches down, then you've got to try and get 2 waves in a really short amount of time. It's like the perfect time to try and do that, to give yourself maximum amount of time to get that second wave. So really, really good stuff from Erin Brooks right there.
When you're at this venue, it makes it so fun because combinations can kind of be destroyed in just a matter of a few moments, where you could feel, a lot of pressure if you're comboed at other venues on tour. But Erin's putting herself in a position to get right back in this heat, Strider.
100%. That was such a beautiful ride, and she almost made it look too easy. It was so well performed, and all the technical side was there, and to be as deep as she was and coming out with the spit. I feel like it was matching one of Anat's 8s, maybe. Right there, it has to be, because that was the performance of Anat. So, they both got deep, they both were in the barrel when it spit, they both came out with it, and the size of the wave was comparable for both of them. So I feel like she's going to match one of Anat's 8s, and really this thing is just heating up. It's just getting, this final just got turned up a little bit. We got a little bit more flame underneath, and we're going to start cooking right now. We're going to get some butter going, we're going to get some steak in the pan. I can't wait.
Well said, Strider. Let's eat. Feasting on this final. We've got a couple of finals to look forward to. This one's still with 13 on the clock. And it's just been raining excellence from both these goofy footers. I see the score update, 8-7 from Brooks. Late takeoff, pulling up and under. Anat Lelior trying to push herself and doing a very technical move to pull under the hood on the takeoff. That thing did clamp significantly in front of her. And now she's had 2 back-to-back wipeouts, dealing with the next set on the head. And remember, her 3rd matchup today, a busiest day of the waiting period on finals day. And I suppose you kind of go into Anat's headspace as she pops up. She knows she can't just be comfortable with a couple of 8s against Erin Brooks. Even hearing the score come out of an 8-7 for her opponent, she's probably thinking, hey, well, it might be coming down to 9s who wins this final, so maybe I'll push myself just a little bit deeper.
It's so cool. Every year we come here and we get to see the evolution of women's surfing out here at Chopes, and the level is pushed. I think as we look here to this last one of Anat, just that biggest set wave, trying to drive through that section, that one really crumbly. But every year we come here and we're surprised by the level and people pushing themselves outside of their skin. So we see Anat just cop a massive set on the head there. But I'm just so impressed by these ladies. Just really, you could have so easily said when Anat locked the 8-3-3 and then next the 8, that momentum was so in her favor. But then the fact that Erin has been like, no way, I'm going to fight back here, and she's dropped her own 8. It's just become so competitive out here. Everyone wants it. Everyone's so assertive, and it's awesome to see.
Anat Lelior is just an awesome member of the championship tour, and we have a Meet the Rookies piece that we have on worldsurfleague.com where we get to meet all of these great individuals and find out where they come from. And we knew that she'd be just a promising act and really be in the hunt for a first win at some point this season. Anat Lelior is leading. Erin Brooks is holding priority, but she's got an 8-2-7 on her comeback. Let's see what happens in the back end of the final right after this. The final continues as we see an airdrop from Erin Brooks. Pulls in super deep. Get chance here, and she will make it out. Impressive read from Erin Brooks, who has just flipped the script on Anat Lelior. A few minutes ago, Erin Brooks was comboed. Unbelievable comeback, still with 9 minutes on the clock.
Wow, the volume just keeps getting turned up in this heat. That was absolutely nuts. That was probably my favourite wave of the heat so far. How did she find the exit on that tube? There was some serious length of ride there inside the barrel. Whoa, that was insane. Let's have a look. Just such a critical takeoff to get up underneath, and then this thing just keeps on giving, but it gets so tight, and the exit was so hard to find. She really muscled her way through that. What a drop, and such quick reflexes to really get up underneath the lip like that. And then she's on the foam ball here, toying with it the whole way, and then just does so well to stick on top of her board there, really maintain all that front foot weight and the pressure just to come bursting out.
As we see the numbers coming in for Erin Brooks on a huge icy score update. Erin Brooks has the lead in 8.93. The competitors are all about keeping excellent scores. This is one of the highest scoring matchups we've had all season. Erin Brooks just taking her time and went back to back and turned in just two brilliant makes. And the scoring potential was all in the takeoff. Just a quick airdrop, and then the length of the barrel ride was nice. It did clamp at the end, where Anat's were shorter, more intense. Hard to separate these two at the moment. Erin's out front, and now with a big lead change, Anat Lelior is going, okay, what do I need to do? Priority, she'll be definitely trying to surf for nines.
Definitely. You called it, Joe, that they were going to be surfing for nines, and they are now. So it's so cool to see how competitive this finals, the way it's all played out. I feel momentum sort of shifted about halfway through the heat when Anat sort of took off on a wave that potentially wasn't supposed to be a wave. It kind of was a little bit more crumbly side, and then Erin ended up with priority, and she's just kind of gone on an absolute tear with those last two waves. I just love to see, I've said it again, but the evolution of women surfing out here. It's just so cool. What a competitive final. Both women absolutely not afraid to huck it, to really go after it. It doesn't matter how big the requirement is. It's not over until it's over. So Erin Brooks, you got to take it, hats off to her for her sort of cool, calm nature, even though she needed a combination of scores. She was chasing down a 16-point total. And then she did something like this. I mean, that takeoff, the transition from the takeoff and the stick into the tube was just such quick reflexes. Really, really great surfing. And to the point I was saying before, just speaks a lot to her mental resilience of kind of staying cool and calm under pressure, because when you're looking down the barrel of you're comboed with a 16-point total. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow in a final where you think, okay, I'm a goof out here, probably a little bit more favourable being on my right foot forward, and then you're staring down that total. That's a hard thing to do. So really well done by Erin Brooks.
5:25 on the clock. Big lead change for Erin Brooks, Strider.
Wow. I mean, pure talent, phenom, whatever you want to call it, freak show. Just, I mean, the most incredible stuff you could ask for. This thing is so entertaining, and it's been so fun to watch. It looks like Anat's going to be taking off on this one. She's going to try and drive through this end section, but that thing's going to down in there for her. But such a touch on Erin Brooks and her faith in doing well and pushing on and always believing. She was paddling out after she got that 8.9, and one of the biggest sets of the day came in, and she paid dividends. She was underwater for so long, just getting ragdolled. All I saw was the board tombstoning, And she came up with a smile on her face. And I was like, wow, this is just incredible to see somebody take that big of a beating and just come up smiling. So my hats are off to these ladies because they are absolutely charging.
Thank you very much, Strider. You can see Anat Lelior still wide and paddling out after her wipeout. Set on the way. Erin Brooks holds her position as that thing opens wide. She was scratching to try to get out the back for that outside ledge. Still 4 minutes to see if Anat Lelior can make a comeback. She started off perfect in this final flick, making everything she was going for. Had the 6 early, then built to 2-8s, had Erin comboed, even forced Erin to lose priority. Erin didn't catch a wave. At that point, you're going, well, maybe Erin's kind of rattled by being comboed and now not having priority. Then Lelior has just been falling on every wave she's chosen since. Sometimes I always think, you know, wave selection can only be looked at in hindsight sometimes when you want to check out, you know, when you're up and down and going down on waves that you think might be good on the takeoff, but it's a clear difference from how Anat started off this final.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely different. The first 3 waves, she had completions, she had tubes. I mean, she can't forget the 6-3-3, the opening wave too. So momentum's definitely shifted for her. I think she's really, with less than 3 minutes on the clock now, she's got to be hoping that something really big and scary comes through and she has the courage, which she does, to huck herself over that ledge. And she's going for a 9, she's going for a 10. That's all. This is now or never. On the other side of this, Erin, it's just a combo of pure talent, right? And the read in the barrel, but also, I think more than anything as well, the real read on her, a testament to her mindset and to really remain calm, because the combination of scores she was looking down with, I mean, that is major to sit there, and also to, it's probably not just the way she thought it was going to play out, I don't think. So real testament to the mindset and keeping cool under pressure.
2:15 to go. It will be Erin Brooks watching Anat Lelior take this wave and go straight down. So Brooks with priority, holding her lead, her position out the back, and now the 4th consecutive wipeout for our surfer from Israel. As we saw a significant turning point there with Erin Brooks just grabbing a hold of this final. When I caught up with Anat at the start of the season in the Meet the Rookies piece, she was telling me how much she loves Tahiti, how much she's learned from all the locals here, and how much they love and respect the ocean. She just loved to learn from them about how much they respect nature. She told me that the scary waves and the big barrels on tour are the ones that she's the most excited about. So she kind of predicted what was to come when she finally got to make her debut at this wave.
Well, what's cool to think about too is the next event, which is Fiji, and if she's so excited about those waves, and this is the performance she's put in here at Chopes, and we've got another big barreling left that demands, you know, a lot of courage and respect. Things are looking good for her in the back half of this year. Well, you know, pipe down the track if she's able to get another good result at Fiji. Who knows what's possible?
1 minute to go, and we will have a champion. The 2 athletes sitting shoulder to shoulder out the back. Erin's just going to shadow Anat Lelior and keep her off anything with scoring potential. Still incredibly close with what Anat is capable of. We're only scoring 8s or better at this point. Anat's got some space. She's going to take a chance on this one. A big lunge, extremely deep. But she just had to take a look at it, didn't she?
She was never not going to go that. With only less than a minute on the clock, you were always going to roll the dice. It's her last opportunity.
What a special moment for the rookie on tour, putting on quite a show from round 1 all the way to her first championship tour final in her rookie season, and not bringing her dad with her to cheer on in the sidelines. But as we come to a close, it is a breakthrough win for Erin Brooks this season, and she is the champion of the Outerknown Tahiti Pro, presented by IC. Her dad there on the boat with a standing ovation, all of her peers on tour ready to celebrate with her. A year that was really a struggle for her this season just to make it out of round 2. And she now takes her second championship tour win of her career, her first win since she's been here full time against the best of the world.
It's so awesome. Now she's won 2 of the heaviest championship tour events on the schedule, Fiji and Chopes. Oh, such a good moment with Bella. You know how much this means to her. She started, this event at, I think it was number 18 on the rankings, so this is going to be massive for her.
Let's hear from Erin Brooks with Strider.
Erin Brooks, Outerknown, Tahiti Pro presented by IC champion. You just took it down. You are a phenom. You were insane. You came back from a combination situation to win this event. What a performance.
Thank you so much. I'm just so thankful to God for sending me my ways, because I honestly thought I was out. I mean, in a combo like really early, I knew I had time, but it's super hard to get good ways, and it not really like made me nervous. But I'm just so happy. I haven't had a win in so long, so it feels really good.
Well, you performed amazing through the event, but you're right, Anat was on fire, and then you came back to really take this thing down. The emotion must be amazing. I mean, it's been a rough year, and to see this and the happiness on your face, it puts joy on everybody's heart.
Thank you. Yeah, the season has been really hard. I've kind of lost out on every second round, every event, so to have a win gives me so much more confidence, because I was almost doubting myself. Like, the girls are gotten so much better, and I was just really bummed on my results, but I'm happy with this one.
Well, congratulations, Outerknown Tahiti Pro Champ, presented by IC. You are women's champion. We're going to let you go celebrate. Congratulations. So stoked.
Thank you. Thanks, Strider.
Erin Brooks taking out the tour here in Tahiti. What a great champion. Showed us so many different angles of tube riding, from deep on the reef, short impactful ones off the West Pole, and absolutely sending it. She's a Mophie Charger contender and the champion of the Outerknown Tahiti Pro. We'll be right back for the men's final. Seth Moniz takes on Griffin Colapinto right after this.